take it to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much. And you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. I'm feeling nice, my little lady. She's gonna keep me moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna stop, she's gonna treat me right. I'm feeling good, my little lady. She's gonna take me to the other side. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Come on, baby. Let's take a ride. I don't know where we're gonna go, but first, let's dance. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and you can get me high, high, high. You know I used to smoke too much, and you know I used to drink too much. Take a ride in my car, and we're gonna get real. Oh, oh, I'm feeling high, my little lady. I'm gonna take it to the other side. I'm feeling strong, my little lady. I'm gonna keep her moving on. I'm gonna run till I drop to the break of dawn. Never gonna...
Giotto's is so good. These chocolates are what? Chocolates. We're here about astrophotography. What are we doing? Wrong video. Whoops.
What have I done? Ooh, what have you seen? Early at night, got in the fight, in the candlelight, looking through the screen. Now what have I done? What have you seen? You know there's no picture love when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Can't look back and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone, Jamie's gone. Left last night and now it's been so long. What have I done? What have you seen? He took her away, and I feel the pain. Made love in vain. Oh, oh, what have I done? What have you seen? She knows there's no future in life when a person has come in between. Jamie's gone. Jamie's gone. Can't look back, and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone. Jamie's gone. Left last night, and now it seems so long. Ooh. Ooh. You can hear these words I say when you're a million miles away. Yeah. Jamie's gone. Jamie's gone. Can't look back, and now he feels so strong. Jamie's gone. Jamie's gone. Left last night, and now it seems so long. Jamie! Come on, Jamie! Yeah! And now you feel so strong. Jamie! Come on, Jamie! Yeah! Left last night, and now it seems so long.
What the hell's wrong with my telescope now? Yeah, what's wrong with this thing?
The lost Lone Ranger, can I break this spell? Do one thing right, do I make you do things wrong? If I want that fine line, I will always take the ball. If I just do left, I can live from the right. I sleep all day long, and then I'm pretty down through the night. I've seen a lot of bankers, and I've seen a lot of cops. I've seen a lot of lawyers pull out all the stops. I've seen a lot of children with their parents in their hands. I felt a lot of women refuse to understand. Well, I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take the world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. You see it in the papers, you read it every day. The riots and the fires going on in South LA. The muggers and the government, they're all wanting the same thing. They take you for your money with every spring. And I don't think I understand why we're making such a fuss. And I don't think I understand what's come of all of us. And I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. Take me. Come of all of us, and I don't think I understand why we take this world for granted. I just want to get right back to Guitar Players Planet. 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 It's gotta mean something. It's gotta. All right. Where did my color go? Got your head in the sand. You can't be in control, using a powerful hand. I wanna be you, I wanna see you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue, yeah. All right. Cat learns to ring a bell. Rat gets free from the maze. We can be taught to love. We've got to learn the way. I wanna see you, I wanna be you. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late. You're gonna push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, add a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Yeah. Don't taste the kisses of hate. Don't try to tell me, don't try to sell me, don't try to say it's too late, late. Push me to the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Yeah, black and white and blue. You know, black and white on the edge, back me in a corner, making me stand in your shoes. Push me to the edge, hide a little color, it's black and white and blue. Black and white and blue. Another man come around today, gonna mess with my dream, gonna take it all away, take it all away. I'm just a boy with nothing to lose, got my head in the news, got a bad attitude, yeah, go away. So I play guitar.
There we go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening? How's it
What's
going?
up?
Yeah, we got the whole gang back together
Hello.
again, and I'm exhausted, and just been moving, and that's it. That's all I got to say.
That's it?
No,
That's all you
there's
got?
more. No, just remember we got Sarah Matthews coming up in the first week in August, and then we got Tom Palmer from Target Scheduler coming in August as well for Target
Yep.
Scheduler and Nina. He's going to give us a rundown, and going to get some more people in August. So it looks like it's going to be pretty cool. Another thing, I've been invited to go to the Connecticut Star Party in late September, I think it is.
Where's that at?
Okay.
It's like an hour and a half away from the house. It's right over the water.
Is it a good dark
No,
sky side?
no, it's like it's a really small sky party, and they have like 100 people or so. And he said, oh yeah, you've been a vendor for vendor, a guest, a door prize, whatever. I can't give him gift certificates past couple of years. And I said, hey, do you guys have vendors up there? He's like, well, we can, we just never do because it's just so small.
Mhm.
I said, well, I'm only an hour and a half away. If you want, I could come up there with some stuff. And so me and Frank are gonna go up there and
Okay.
just putz around for 2 days, I think.
There you go.
So that's that.
Cool.
What else? I think that's all I got. I'm so burnt out. I'm like in total mood. I'm like where Eric was in December. That's where I am now. I am fried. I got the Men on the Move pod that was delivered yesterday, so I could
Okay.
slowly start moving stuff into the pod, and take it from there. And then the regular truck comes and they move all the big stuff out.
Right.
So
Wow.
yeah. So
Big stuff
so
happening.
on a side note, Friday I'm probably not going to be able to make it because at 4:00 in the afternoon we're meeting the appraiser.
Okay.
So we're meeting the appraiser and the contractor. So the contractor that's doing all the work in the house before we move in,
Mhm.
we're meeting him that night. So I'm probably not going to make it on Friday.
Dude.
Okay.
Whatever.
Oh wait for Thanksgiving. Is wait for Halloween? Isn't that a Friday?
Yeah. I think it
Halloween's a
is.
Friday, right?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, Dave and I will be at a hockey game. So
Oh, shut up.
hockey schedule came out today, and Dave calls me up and says, Halloween is Islanders and Washington. You want me to buy tickets? I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, geez. Why not?
I'll
Why
drive down
not?
for the weekend, man.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
cool.
where I'm at tonight. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot over. It's just me and Jen moving stuff, and it's going to be a lot over the next. Because if we close on 29 days, which is what it looks like, I got to pack
Okay.
up the storage facility. I got to pack up the house, and I got to pack up to the point where I don't infringe on our daily lives for the most part, So
Right.
like packing stuff that we need, like toilet paper, but I mean, I was able to get a $1,500 network rack, 77-inch tall,
Okay.
from work for free. So
Oh, that's nice.
so
All right.
it was
That's
sitting. It
helpful.
was sitting in storage.
Touchdown. That's
Yeah,
a score.
It was sitting in storage. It doesn't have wheels. That's the whole thing. It doesn't have wheels. But when it's 77 inches tall, I don't know if you want wheels. But
Yeah, that's pretty tall, dude.
yeah, it's what? So what is that? 60 inches is 5 feet.
That's 6 foot 4 inches.
Yeah. Yep. So the last thing you want is that thing tipping over on you. So
Yeah.
No, you do not.
yeah. So
No.
yeah, so it looks like we're moving in August, and on another side note, thank you to everybody who has donated to the Ben Fund. For those of you that are new to the show or that are here for your first time, for those of you that know, Ben from the Narrowband channel has been battling cancer for the better part of 2 or 3 years now, and his diagnosis isn't doing so great. So we're trying to get a big donation to go to Ben. And right now, as of the last show, we were at $600. That's member donation, and AstroWorld's going to double that to $1,200 now. So we're still taking donations. So if you and everybody gets a name, I send a nice letter to Ben and his family and whatever. So just let you know, if you want to donate some, I'll throw in my my PayPal address in the chat right now, so you could feel free to do it, and your name will go on the list to Ben. So I think it's a good thing not only to get some people involved, but it's a good thing to give AstroWorld something back to somebody who's done so much for the community, and somebody who's going through a hard time. So that's that. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, so I'll put my
It's a
PayPal
good
link in there.
thing.
It is. Absolutely.
And do friends and family, please, so no PayPal takes any of the money away. So
Yeah. There you go.
yeah. So that's that. So I of course I missed the strategy planning because I was passed out on the couch, and I slept through it. I woke up to a couple of text messages from Scott saying, "Where the hell are you?" And I texted everybody the next morning saying I was tired, man. I fell asleep watching Blind Spot, so it was like, whatever. So
Yeah, and he got the appropriate slacker message. So
yes, I did. So and it was deserved. So so what did you guys talk about on Monday? So what are we talking about tonight?
Well, for those who showed up, which is just basically me and Scott, other people are slack. We were talking a bit about what we talked about in the past, getting back to some basics, and trying to also, not only because we have a lot of people who are very experienced, but we also have some people who are not.
Okay.
And we have some people who are just getting started or don't even know what, how, what, where to start with, or first thing to do, anything like that. So one thing that we talked about was, as far as getting started, we went back to starting talking about using certain things that you may already have
Okay.
and adding on to that type of stuff. Such as, if you're comfortable with your current home DSLR, for example,
Okay.
you're pretty familiar with it. One thing I would recommend also learning when you're using your DSLR is also to learn manual mode. If you, instead of just using, because a lot of people who may have a DSLR, they may only use auto, or they may only use aperture mode,
Mhm.
or things like that. But you definitely, for what we want to talk about, is you definitely want to be able to learn and be able to use manual mode, as well as some people, or like in Canon, with the Canon manual mode, you also have what's called bulb mode.
Bulb mode, yeah.
Which you need an
where
infravolometer for.
Yes, what you need an intravolometer for.
Yeah, that.
That thing.
Yeah, that thing. And they're really inexpensive. You can get one for less than 20. Excuse me, you can get one for like less than $20. And just have the correct connection for your respective camera, Canon, Nikon, Sony, what have you. And spend a little extra money also on looking for a star tracker. We sell at, speaking for AstroWorld telescopes, we sell move sky trackers. We also sell other sky trackers, such as the Star Adventurer. So you have that one, but to use, because you want something that you'll be able to move at a sidereal rate and be able to take quick exposures. You're going to, unless you have a tracking mount, using a star tracker, you're going to take shorter exposures, probably 20 seconds or less in most cases. You want to learn settings such as, like if you said bulb mode using intervalometer, you want to have your settings such as a particular ISO setting. Probably one of the more common ISO settings for doing low light photography is maybe anything at 1600 up to maybe 6400, but usually you're at 16 or 3200, something like that. Scott, you'd let me know if I'm missing out on anything, because you are more of a photographer than I am, and I personally had no idea what I was doing, because I'd never used a DSLR or anything until I got into actual photography. So I basically learned manual mode by the necessity of simply doing astrophotography. And I never even touched auto mode at all. I just threw myself to the wolves. But you want to have a star tracker. You can use, probably most likely you'll use you'll get a ball mount maybe onto it, so that way you can move that camera around, pointing towards that particular area of the sky you're looking for. You also, of course, you're going to want to have it maybe a bit polar aligned initially, at least pointing to Polaris, and then from there, then you can move things around a little bit and then point to the area of the sky that you're aiming for. If you're going to do not galaxies, but you're gonna do Milky Way, you'd want to get maybe I'd say a 24 millimeter would be a good size, focal length lens. Scott, what do you think as far as if you want to do landscape,
Yeah.
you want to do Milky Way?
Yeah, Milky Way landscape and Milky Way shots. 24 millimeter prime is, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. If you say you want to eventually, if you get a sky tracker, one it has that you can actually slew a bit and has RA that you can slew in RA you just need to be able to slew in RA to take longer exposure shots and get yourself, if a 400 millimeter camera lens would probably be really good. Sometimes those kits that you buy, they have like between a 70 to 400 millimeter or some sort of zoom lens, but you want to get a prime lens. But to get started, get a zoom lens. If you have the zoom lens that came with the kit, that goes up to as long of a focal length as that it comes with. Sometimes it's 7 to 400 or 7 to 200, something like that. And then you can aim at Andromeda, for example. But you're also going to need different types of software to work with your particular camera. Two of them that I know of is Backyard EOS and Backyard Nikon. That you can still purchase that are relatively inexpensive, and they'll even you get a batten-off mask and everything like that, and then you learn the basics of zooming in and getting onto a bright star, and then using that batten-off mask. It will help you get to that ideal full weight half measure with the batten-off mask. That does batten-off mask settings and things like that. You can even then set up a sequence with your lights, and then you can do your darks. You can then do sky flats in the next morning, something like that. Or you can get a tracer pad like from Amazon and just get some paper and get some copy paper to help diffuse a little bit, and you can do something like that. But for people that are just getting started, thanks, Corin, just getting started, and don't want to invest a lot of money, if you already have a DSLR with the lenses that it's already come with, and you have that 70 to 200, or maybe if you want to invest in maybe a 400 millimeter prime lens, something like that, and you don't want to spend, you want to spend less than, you can spend probably less than $1,000. Because a move shoot move is how much, Dan? I know they're not that much. Nomad's not that much.
Just a regular Nomad is like $199, if that.
Yeah, exactly. So there's $100.
Well, you do
$200
need the ball head with that. So I mean,
Ball head and a tripod.
A ball head's not that much, and if you got a tripod already, some folks may already have a ball head or something like that.
That's true.
That they're using, So if you already have a ball head, but you can buy a bald head for less than $20.
Yeah,
or you can get the Move Shoot Move kit. Okay, so $209
by itself,
and sometimes the tracker by itself $200, $210. You buy a ball head mount,
like 30, $40.
Yeah, and you get an intervalometer, which is like $20, something like that. One thing I would recommend also is to get an AC adapter battery, a dummy battery. So, or we call it dumb battery, where you can actually plug into your battery pack of your camera and plug it directly into AC. So that way, if you're imaging from home, for example, you don't risk running out of battery. Or you may just want to keep an eye on if you're traveling, make sure you have plenty of batteries, and change them out when you keep an eye on it, monitor it, and make sure whenever it's getting low, grab swap out the battery or something. But you're only going to end up taking less than 30-second shots. I would say about 20 seconds or so. And you just start stacking those. And when it gets to processing, which is probably going to be a bit more, intimidating for some folks, you can learn how to use a deep sky stacker, which is free. You can stack your images, and then once you have your images stacked along with your flats and your other calibration frames all stacked together, and you have that new master light, throw it into either GIMP or Photoshop. If you're familiar with Photoshop, if you've been using, your camera for a while and you're comfortable with Photoshop, you can start using Photoshop. Or there's lots of videos out here that, I mean, the Massive Pix Insight, they got started, with Photoshop before you got the Pix Insight, and they still have some videos, some relevant videos, I'm sure, that show you how to start processing with Photoshop. So you can spend the $10 a month on a whole Photoshop kit with Photoshop and Lightroom, and you don't have to be all in with Pix Insight and stuff like that, and just start learning some of the basics. Richard saying, start even with an iPhone. I mean, absolutely, because the newer iPhones, actually, you can put them in low light, and they will, as long as you have them on a tripod, they will go up to 30 seconds. At least I know my 14 does. So a lot of the newer iPhones,
My Samsung does.
image.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Samsung does too. So maybe you don't even necessarily need a DSLR. So if you have your smartphone, and you can set that up and put that on a track, you can, you can get mounts for the smartphones and put that all onto a ball mount, and then put that onto a tracker, aim that sucker, and Bob's your uncle, as some folks say. There you go. And you can then program that, and there's intervalometer that, settings, or that you can use within your phone, and just start taking images from your phone, and then put those in there. So John said he spent less than $50. He used a 4.5-inch Bushnell reflector and webcam with a attached to a plastic lipstick USB off of Amazon for $15. Sharp stack, ready to tap and pick. See, there you go. There are lots of different ways to get started. You don't have to spend a huge amount of money. All you need is time, interest in doing it, and patience is probably going to be the biggest thing. You have to have patience, and we've talked about this, I don't know how many times on this show. You need patience when it comes to astrophotography, because astrophotography is probably the most difficult, if not one of the most difficult forms of photography that there is.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
Scott, you've been doing you do photography for a living. You've been doing it for years.
Yep.
So I'm sure you can talk to this as well, as far as what I'm saying here. And if you have any other input, go for it, buddy.
The thing with photography is, one of the very first things, anybody that comes to me and says, I want to learn how to use my DSLR, I said, okay, I want you to, if it has an auto button on it, I want you to never use it again.
Huh.
Auto sucks. It sucks. You're basically relying on the camera to tell you what looks good.
Yep.
All right. Learn how to use aperture priority. Learn how to use shutter priority. Learn how to use manual mode. Learn how to use the custom programming mode. Ignore the auto. You know, if you're doing anything serious photography. Now, if you're just out, taking snapshots, and just screwing around, fine. But if you're doing anything with any kind of serious photography, I mean, just to give you an idea, all right, you look at I don't know how well you can see that. All right, that camera.
Yep.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute. No, I can do this. Let me just shut this off. Hold on. I think I can shut it off.
That
didn't work.
Getting there.
No, it's off.
Turn
It's
the
not gonna shut
green
off.
screen
Yeah.
off.
Any rate,
Yeah.
that camera does not have. There is no auto. There's no auto on this camera.
Right.
Nothing. You can't even find an auto button. Right. So if you're gonna use a DSLR, you need to first of all learn the basics in the exposure triangle. And how all of that works together. What does ISO translate to in what we do in telescopes? I think the closest thing that we can get to is probably gain.
Gain, right.
Right.
Yeah.
So and then aperture, which is basically just the inside the lens. You've got the blades that are inside the lens that close down on that aperture. Now in telescopes we don't have blades, right? Their telescopes are primarily, they're prime lenses, right? So there's that you can't take it from an f1.4 to an f10.
Right.
It's just not easy to do that. So, but how does that relate to ISO? How does that relate to shutter speed? And can you set your white balance to auto, or do you set your white balance to one of the other customs? There's a whole balancing act in doing this. And one of the things that I would really like to see happen is that we would get an individual that would come on and say, hey, listen, I really like what astrophotography, the challenge. I'm going to invest some money in it. Maybe I'm not going to do tens of thousands, but maybe I'll throw a couple $1,000s at it. And I want to learn how to do this. And we take them from soup to nuts, the basic setups, getting them to the point where they can actually polar align, a tripod and mount, all the way up through to acquisition of a target, plate solving, image capture, and then pulling that into data processing and pulling it into, a stacking software, whatever it might be. But the point being is that we're pulling somebody into, and I'm just thinking out loud here. So we really haven't nailed this down yet, but pulling somebody into the group and helping them to set up their system, right? So that they can take it from the hardware acquisition all the way up to a photo that they can then share with their friends on social media, and learning how to do that. And this was one of the things that Eric and I were talking about on Monday, is that I think one of the big problems that we have is that people, they get enamored by the all of the neat equipment that's out there. And I don't know how many people we know that have purchased nice telescopes and they use it to look at the moon, and maybe they look at Jupiter or Mars, and then all of a sudden it goes in the closet and they never touch it again.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? I want to try to help people to avoid that, so that they can figure out how to use their system and do it predictably. So it starts with basic photography. If you have one of these, maybe it's not a full frame professional camera like this, but if you have a DSLR, start by learning the custom modes. Ignore the auto. Ignore it. Don't use it. Train yourself not to use it.
Learn the pro modes.
Yeah. go to the pro modes. You know, I for the most part, I stay in manual mode on my camera. Now there are times where, you know, I'll use shutter priority or aperture priority, and what those mean, you know, for different scenarios. But when you're doing astrophotography, you're not doing shutter or aperture priority. You're in full manual mode. All right. And you're setting those parameters to match the telescope that you're using, you know, to also to match the filters that you're using and whatever target you're shooting at, you know. And if you're taking pictures that are under 30 seconds, most DSLRs, they will expose out to 30 seconds with an intervalometer that's built into the camera itself. Now you go beyond 30 seconds, then yeah, you're using bulb mode and you have to have something that you plug into your camera. But most cameras will shoot up to 30-second long exposures. All right. Learning these basics is going to be, you know, where I think everybody should start. You know, because if you have those basics, then you can take that. It's a firm foundation. You can build on that.
Yep. Exactly.
Chris is bringing up a sore subject.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all
I'm
It's all
jabbering. I'm not even looking. Where
Oh, in the chat. Just talking about the Mighty Mount.
oh.
It's all good.
And his C11, asking what kind of counterweights.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Why don't you just take, you know, a nice paper cut and pour some lemon juice in it?
I know, right? I know, right? But it's all good. It's all good. I'll get it. I'll get things done. No big.
The other thing that, you know, if you're going to stick with this route, one of the things that you have to know is that you don't want to burn up the sensor in these cameras, you know, with 3, 4, 5 minute exposures. If you're looking at doing 5-minute exposures, get away from
You need a
this.
cooled camera. Yeah.
It's time.
You need a
it's
cooled
time to
Get away
graduate
from
to
this.
Yeah,
You got to go to an astrophotography camera at that point.
yes.
You know, but if you're at
If you're
30 seconds,
going-
45, 60 seconds, then that's fine. You know, but you don't want to burn up your sensor. You know, you just don't.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Chris, I just got the extension bar too, so we're gonna get it all. Yeah, so we'll get it all squared away. I got the bar, dovetail bar, all that stuff. So get the flat panel up, all that good stuff. So
The other thing that I would highly recommend is that if you're going to start here and you want to invest in DSLR, you're going to use this for maybe astrophotography, but you're also going to use it for terrestrial photography and this and that. If you're going to start here and you're limited on funds, put the money into this. Put the money into the glass. You know, that lens right there. Okay. That lens will last 50 years. It's glass. It's it's all glass motor, you know, some motor drives in it, but that lens will last. It will outlast a body by a factor of 5 or 6 times. Invest in glass.
Well, the body, you're basically just investing in the size chip you want.
Yeah. I mean, that, you know, different bodies for different things, but that, you know, my father had a Nikon FZ1, you know, one of the original Nikons, and the lens, the F mount lenses that he had for that, I could put on this camera, and some of those lenses are 50 years old, and they work great. There's no substitute for good glass.
Nope. So yeah, so that's what we
Same
talked
thing
about.
goes
You
for
know,
telescopes.
this Yeah, same thing. You know, if you get good glass, if you got a good refractor, like an AP refractor or or a good William Optics refractor, you take care
Yep.
of it, it's gonna last you. But you
Yeah.
know, that's but if you start getting into telescopes and things like that, and we're not talking now. Now you're graduating, you're getting away from DSLRs and stuff like that. That's when you need to invest in the mount. So, but we're
Yeah.
not talking about that right now. We're talking about just using what you currently have. If you've got a DSLR and you don't want to plan on going deep down that rabbit hole to a telescope and a new mount and stuff like that, and you want something that you can travel with, that's easy to move around, invest in a good lens in the glass, like Scott is saying,
Yep.
and get yourself a good sky tracker, maybe like we were talking about. Something if you want to do slightly longer exposure. When it's like slightly longer, I'm talking a minute to 2 minutes, nothing beyond that. Because if you start getting towards 3 minutes and beyond, you need to start really considering a dedicated astrophotography cooled camera
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that type of a setup. But if you're at 2 minutes or less, usually, and you're not looking to, and you want to continue using that DSLR for other things, you know, terrestrial as well as astrophotography, invest in the lens, get a good tracker that you can slew or manage, that can handle RA, that's lightweight, that can handle, you know, what you want to do for those up to 2 minute shots, 120-second shots, and then move on.
Yeah. But even still, I
That
mean, nowadays you can get a good quality cooled Astrocam probably for less money than you pay for a good quality DSLR.
A lot less.
you can. You can. The 585 is a perfect example of
Yeah.
that. You can get a 585 a cooled 585 camera for less than
533s.
$700. It's,
Yeah. 533s.
you
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
a
Yeah.
533, you can be able, a 533 color camera, you can get it for less than $800.
And then you
I
just
mean,
got to
same
get
thing with a
a
585.
telescope, or if you already have a long focal length DSLR lens, you can buy it attached.
You can get the mods.
Click that right on there.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
But it's also
And
important to
the
know that
advantage of an astronomy camera as opposed to a DSLR camera, a lot of DSLRs have the infrared filter over their chip, where an astronomy camera does not have.
Yep.
So you can get all that HA bands and stuff like that you would be able to get with DSLR.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to invest in an Astro DSLR body, why the hell not just buy, you know, a dedicated cooled camera at that point? I
Right.
mean, that's just, to me, that's just silly.
Yeah. That's you have to, you eventually you'll get to a point. Most people, if they're really getting into astrophotography, they will get to that point. And I think they'll know when that point hits.
Yeah.
That they're gonna get tired of using the DSLR because it's not cooled. You're gonna get a lot more noise from it, thermal noise, and
Taking darks is
you
much more of a
taking
task.
darks is, yes. So at a certain point, when you get to that point, you're going to know and you'll be ready to graduate to a dedicated astro camera.
Yeah.
And it depends on the person's comfort level and their budget, and when they're ready to say, you know what, I'm going to make that change. And don't forget, you can still get quality dedicated astrophotography cameras secondhand, because there are people out there through Cloudy Nights, Astromart, or what have you, that have have progressed maybe to the 2600 or a 6200 full frame, stuff like that,
Yeah.
and they are ready to part ways with their smaller 533 or 294 or their older 1600 or their 585 or what have you. And then you can go that route and not spend that full retail price. It just depends on, your comfort level and what you're ready for. But if you are just looking, if you are one of the many that are watching our show, we talk a lot about getting started, getting a feel for things. Start with what you have. You don't need to throw thousands of dollars at a hobby that you're just not totally sure about yet. This we talk about all, and this takes patience and dedication. It takes time, and it takes investment of not only money, it takes a huge investment in time to understand all this stuff. So start with what you got. Start small. Maybe throw less than $1,000 at something to get that star tracker, and learn the night sky. Learn your camera. Learn your equipment, and learn how to use that DSLR in aperture priority, shutter priority, manual mode. Get an intervalometer, stuff like that, and just go out traveling, go to a dark sky site or whatever, and just aim and shoot. you know, Download, like we say, backyard EOS, something like that. Get Deep Sky Stacker if you want or something, and you got Photoshop. Just start small. Richard says, Eric, I'm leery of used Astro cameras because they are like light bulbs and they have an average lifetime of about 5 years, question mark. It depends.
How much you
It
use
depends on the person as far as how much you use it. I mean,
how much
and how well you take
not
care
only
of
that,
it.
your conditions that you're using it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot. I mean, it could last you less than that, or it can last you longer than that. The 183
don't leave it out in the rain.
Don't leave it out in the rain. The 183 is what I started out with. The 183 is what I started out with. You just need to be prepared. You have to take calibration for it. You have to take flat. Because
darks especially.
You have to take darks and you have to take flats, because you get that starburst amp glow that you've got to calibrate out without a 180 with the 183.
But the 183 is
very
good camera, small pixels, great detail.
Yep.
It's just got tons of amp glow.
And yeah, that's why instead of the 183 now they have the 585. Small pixels, no amp glow. The 585 is a 2.9 micron pixel camera. And I believe that was the same for the 183. I think the 183 was about that same size.
I think they were smaller, 2.
It may have been small. It may have been 2.3 or something like that.
Yeah, it might have been.
But it's but it was about the same average as far as the size. And that 585 is the same price now as a 183 was back in the day. And now you don't have to worry about amp glow though. So you still want to take darks and you still want to take your flats and stuff like that. But you don't deal with you just don't deal with that starburst amp glow like the 183 had. But the 183, that was my first one, and that was a great camera. I loved it.
2.4 micro. The 183.
2.4.
Yeah. It's a great matchup with the Red Cat. I'll tell you, I have one of them on my Red Cat, and it's perfectly sampled for that. The amp glow is really not a big deal. It just takes a little bit more work.
That's all.
That's it. You take darks and you take a dark library, you're done. It's good for, whenever you keep using
A
that
year.
dark, keep using it
Yeah.
until you see a difference. I mean, you
Yeah,
start seeing a
yeah.
difference, and I like doing mine every 6 months or so.
And that was the thing. At least that amp glow did have was predictable. It
Yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
never different. It was always the same. It was
Yep.
predictable. So if you made a good dark library, it would cancel.
Yeah. So, but yeah, getting back to like what you're saying, start small. We keep saying that. Start small, because trust me, once you go down the rabbit hole, it's hard to come out of it. It's hard to climb out of it. It really, really is.
And say, even with telescopes too. I mean, a lot of good stuff that's out there that's used you can get for a good price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean there are lots of decent rigs out there. I mean the Skywatcher, the EQ-M35 is a great first starter. Equatorial. Mount. It's got a fantastic tripod. I think it's the same size tripod that they use for the 6. The big the EQM6 or the EQ6. I mean,
Yep.
I think the
Same
EQ6 and the HEQ5 are the same, but I don't know what the 35 might be smaller.
No, the EQM35 is way smaller. That's
Smaller,
like
yeah.
way tinier.
oh yeah, it's small, but the tripod is, I think, the
But I
same
think the
tripod.
tripod's a little
No,
skinnier.
the tripod's smaller. It's a 1 or 1.25 inch leg, and
I'm
the
looking at it right here.
EQ6R is a 1.5 or 1.75 leg.
1.75.
And the EQM35 tripod is tight. I've had them both. They're taller.
Hold on a second, I'll tell you.
EQM35 legs are way taller.
But if you really want a good mount, Dan's running a really good deal on the new Skywatcher
Yeah.
harmonic mounts.
Yep.
If you didn't get your email.
Yep. I just said that's my first sales email in like 4 months.
That was good. I liked it. I was like, ooh, that's a good deal.
Yeah. Baby, I need a raise in my allowance, please.
I just got my bonus. Last Saturday.
Nice.
The diameter on the legs for the EQ-M35 is 1 3/4
inches. 1 3/4.
Yep, I just checked it.
Okay.
Oh.
I know it's a different tripod.
God.
It might have the same diameter legs, but I know it's a different tripod.
But I mean, for what that mount is and what you're going to use it for, that tripod is more than enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's a great rig. I mean, it's a great starter rig. You can get that rig for probably about less than $1,000.
Well, the EQ-M35 is like 800, I think 700.
Yeah, exactly. And take it from me, I pulled that head completely apart. I literally disassembled the whole damn thing. I cleaned the whole thing out. I took all the Chinese grease out of it. I filled it up with a real good set of purple Pedros in there, and
purple Pedros. Oh,
purple
look out.
Pedros.
Did you use what's the stuff? Fabuloso to clean it all out?
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso, the purple cleaner.
Purple cleaner, yeah.
Before you put the purple grease in there.
No, but that putting that new grease in there and hyper tuning the mount, it really makes a difference. So, and believe it or not, it's not that difficult to do.
I've done my 6.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
It's just heavy.
All right.
So, what I guess what we're kind of, talking about is looking for somebody that wants to learn the craft, they have a desire, you know, maybe they've committed some dollars to equipment already. Maybe they're looking to throw more money at it, you know, but they don't know exactly where to start. And then, you know, coming on the show like maybe once a month or something, and we'd take them through the initial steps, you know, of okay, here's what you do, you know. You need to set it up this way. Here's how you polar align. That was one of the things we were talking about on Monday, Eric, was you know,
Yep.
getting people to, you know, have those small victories, you know, starting with, you know, polar aligning, getting their mount polar aligned, you know, so that they can then slew to a target and look through an eyepiece and say, hey, look at that. There's Andromeda. Wow. You know, because I don't know what I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. There is nothing like in when it comes to this hobby, there's nothing like that feeling when you slew to a target for the very first time on a scope that you just purchased, you know, and you look through that eyepiece and you see the target in that reticle. There is nothing like it. Or, you know, looking through the camera and see it, you know.
Whoa.
So
Light show here.
What, lightning?
lightning.
Oh yeah.
Lightning.
We had a big storm blow through here today. Oh man, it was powerful. Oof.
Yep.
And it was coming south to north too.
Yeah.
It was no joke. So for the people that are in the chat, you know, if there's anybody that's listening that you feel like that description might be you, you know, send us an email. Doesn't matter which one of us it comes to, makes no difference. Send it to any one of the four of us, and we'll make sure to get back in touch with you.
Yep, that's it. You know, the biggest thing is that we're always here. You know, we've been doing this for a while, and we have really good people that want to help, and we would like to have more, you know, more, maybe even some more viewer membership participation and stuff like that, and getting people, you know, involved in that, who are involved in the hobby and want to get better and who want to get started. You know, come on and hang out with us. It's all good. It'll be fun.
Yeah, they say no, this is a cult. He says, no, it's not a cult, but it's like the Hotel California, you know. You can check in, but you can never leave,
right?
Yeah,
That's funny.
yep. It's a cult.
I'm talking to this gentleman right now who's trying to purchase a 4.5-inch F12 classical Cassegrain. And
Wow.
man, this is really out of left field.
A 4.5-inch?
Yeah.
That's
Did he
like
send
the
a
old.
picture?
That's like the old Meade ETXs, right? Wasn't
More
that
or
what they were
less.
kinda?
Yeah. Yep. But the ETXs were F10, if I remember right.
I don't remember, but they were pretty slow.
Let's see. So
While you're doing that, I'm gonna share real quick image of the month. I mean, not image of the week rather, and share this with you guys. So let me do that here.
Richard Murphy had a question. Does the C925 and the 925 Edge have a different exit barrel size? So does the 925 Edge have a larger chunk taken out from its primary mirror?
different exit barrel size.
Well, I guess he's talking about the rear cell.
Rear cell. You talking about the rear cell? I
think
same
the thread's
size?
the same on the 9 1/4. 9 1/4 11
Yeah, I believe they're the same.
is the same
Yeah.
on the Edge, and the
Well,
only
difference
makes
between
the
that-
difference is in the
The
Edge,
edge, right?
It has the
it's the edge
corrective
that's got the
optics.
corrector
It has the
inside.
corrector in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So otherwise, I think they're the same.
I believe the thread is
Yeah,
the
the
same,
rear
and the
cells,
central
I believe, are the
obstruction is the
same.
same.
Mm-hmm.
I have an Edge. It's right up Right up there. Still sitting, waiting for its new home.
All right. So here is from last week. Okay, Greg Meyer,
God.
who won with his M51. And
Gotta
there's
go
quite a few
full
other
screen.
galaxies here.
Is that his 20th
Okay.
image of the week he's won this year?
I don't know.
I'd have to see. Hold on a second. Let me make it bigger. Hold on a second.
Yeah, we saw that
Yeah.
last week. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
So and you still got a galaxy here. You got 1, 2 here. You
Look at
got, I believe it looks like there's one down there.
I mean, you look at the
Maybe a
dust
star.
that is in that whole
Yes.
image, not just what's around the galaxy, but the dust in the whole image.
Yeah.
You know, and not for nothing,
all
but that
around.
dust, it reminds me of the amp glow.
Yeah.
So here are we have for July 18th.
Oh,
Check
wow.
this one out. We
That's
have
Greg Meyer, too.
the Seahorse Nebula. Yep, we have the Seahorse Nebula. We got the firework.
Man, that
Fireworks
dark
galaxy.
nebula is crazy.
It does.
Yes.
Does it have his name on there? It doesn't have his name on there.
Oh, does it? I guess it
No.
doesn't. I'll have to update it really quick. That's no big deal. I'll
It's
update it.
got to be Greg.
It is.
Northern Arizona,
Northern
Spree, 80 millimeter. Yeah.
And you've got 6939 here. Star cluster over here.
Yeah, the
That
globular.
Buble.
Yep. It's right here. This open star cluster here.
Yeah.
So you got the fireworks, and of course, you got the Seahorse, Bernard 150. And from Keith, we have with the Sea Star, we have the Bubble Nebula.
The Buble. Is that with the Sea Star? Yeah,
Yes,
Sea Star.
That's that's pretty cool.
You can tell by the way it's framed that
Yeah, but
the way
that
it's
is still
long and tall.
This is really cool with a Sea Star. It just lets you know, hey, how much do those Sea Stars cost? $500-600.
I don't know what they're up to these days, but
Yeah, I know.
I heard that CWO is selling that 585 for some crazy amount. Is that true?
I don't know. But these are what's up for the voting right now. So go vote.
Are you talking crazy as it relates to too high, or crazy
No,
as
it's
it
not.
relates
No,
to
it's
too
not.
low?
Somebody must have mixed it up between that and the 585 Air. So.
Oh, that's right. They do make a 585
Yeah,
Air now. Yeah, $1,000 for the Air.
Yeah, that
Only
makes
600
sense.
for
I
the-
just looked at it right
600
now.
for the Pro.
That's about right.
Whoa.
I know.
Wow.
And then 400 for the Hockey Puck.
Yeah, that the uncooled. Yeah.
Yeah, for like if you're doing planetary.
Yeah, somebody told me that the 585 was like $1,000. I was like, get out of here! No way.
Yeah,
That's like,
because you're getting ASI Air.
yeah, that's the Air. That's the Air
Yeah.
version. So
That's what is that? That's the camera with the ASI Air.
yeah, it's like the
Incorporated
2600
in it,
Air.
Yeah.
So it's a combo.
Yeah, but you can't. The thing is, you have to use the Air. You cannot use it as a standalone camera.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep.
Well, that's ZWO.
Yep. That's pretty much what it is.
You see that right there? I would never buy that camera.
Nope.
I saw Dylan and Quiv put out the videos today of the QHY. They made an OAG specifically designed for the minicam.
For the what?
The
They did.
minicam.
The minicam,
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
QHY minicam.
Yeah, they made a OAG specifically for it, and both did videos on it.
Nice.
You know, I understand it from a business perspective. They want to preserve their market share. I get it. But you know, from a consumer perspective, that blows. That seriously sucks.
Oh, with
You know?
ZWO?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, well, it's just a
And-
matter of time. Everybody's going to update their ASI airs, and it's going to say, "Oh, we don't support any other mount except for our
Yep.
mount."
And you know what? For that matter, don't do it. Screw the ZWO ASI Air. You know, go to the Melee. You don't need that. Go to the Melee.
Well,
Or the Eagle.
there is something to be said, and I don't sell them. That there is something to be said about the ease of use and what they do and what they've done. You know, they do have a product. It does work. And you know, some people don't care about that stuff. Some people don't care about, you know, as long as it works, right? So
Yeah.
you get the
Works.
pretty
Yeah.
picture, it works.
I
And
just
Yep.
a
myself,
lot of
I don't
people
like
love
being
their products,
told
and
what
I
to
mean, not for nothing. I've had their products, and they're not bad. So
No, I
Yep.
still have plenty of them. I got like 4 cameras. I got an ASI Air.
Yeah.
I got a couple of EAFs.
I've got a couple of their hockey pucks and their minis.
Yeah,
I
me
sold
too.
my.
I got the
I
174
sold
on
my
my guide camera.
294. I sold my 290. I think
No,
I sold
Pete-
that to Chris.
Pete
Chris
Myers still
Frierson.
has my 294. He's had it for like 3 years, and I don't know.
Chris Frierson has got my old 294 MM Pro.
Yep, yep. I had an MC that I lent Pete Myers back in during the COVID years, and haven't seen it back yet. He keeps on threatening to come on the show, but you know.
Yeah. I just
Chris
you know, for
hopes to
myself,
put it to good use. I guess he's not getting any use out of it yet.
Yeah.
I just don't like being told what to do. You know, I like having the flexibility to be able to do things the way I want to do it.
No, that's
Me
why
too,
I don't
brother.
sell them. So,
I hear you, brother.
you know, and I won't sell them unless if they give me an unbelievable deal where I can keep everything. Right now, when people try and tell me how to run my business, you know, listen, I'm all about help. I'm all about, you know, the community. I'm all about getting people the help that they need and give them the expertise that I may or may not have. And you know, and that's what I've done all the time. And for somebody to tell me that because I'm selling one vendor, I can't sell them, they could go blow.
Yep,
Sorry.
pretty much.
I don't need you. This is not my bread and butter. Yet.
Not yet.
Working on it.
Yeah, working on it. Have you ever had to do maintenance on your Paramount?
Oh,
Oh,
Shy.
oh, you're
Asking
asking.
questions.
You're asking.
Oh, Norm just asked.
No, Eric asked Norm.
Oh, Eric asked
I
Norm.
asked Norm.
Yeah,
Norm,
exactly.
he needs your
Chris.
help desperately.
Yes. I want to know why my
You need
Eagle's
to-
not connected.
You just need to go on Discord and go in the private message. Give him your phone number.
We will.
You can talk to Norm directly.
Yep. Anyway, so we shared image of the week. We've chatted a bit. All right, so I guess we may end up going a little bit off the rails here. I got it. You know what? I wish there was a way just to push clouds. Because if you can see my T-shirt, you know.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm right there with you, buddy. Because I'm in a bad way. I've got stuff I want to get done.
This
is the best time of the year to get Milky Way stuff. Man.
Yeah.
I don't remember it being this bad for this long.
For this long, I know.
You know, it's like, okay, I can understand. Okay, I get a bad week, and then I get a couple days, and then a bad week, but I usually get a couple days. Now, it's week after week after week. I don't get nothing.
Eric, you see what Norm's saying?
Yep.
That's kind of what I was getting at before. You know, with a high-end quality mount like that, I would be dumbfounded if it wasn't relatively easy to maintain.
Yeah.
which
Well,
means
that's something.
doing what we
That's
talked
something
about.
to think about too, Eric. Maybe not a gear, but a drive belt strip.
Yeah.
Because it's
Wow,
basically
that's weird. So I haven't been able to connect to my Eagle the whole time,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
however, it's on because I just connected through the web to AnyDesk, so something's not right. Let's see. What is my IP, right? And that's what I need. Windows. What is the Windows thing? It's IP config, right?
I believe, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's IP config to
right?
find out what
Yeah.
you're on.
CMD. It's been
Yeah.
a while since I had to do this.
Aren't you using remote desktop?
It's not working.
Oh, really?
Dun, dun,
That
dun.
Oh, look, my 192.172.19199. See, my third triad changed. Now it works. My third triad changed
Oh,
in
interesting.
my IP address.
Really?
The third octet changed?
Yep.
Better call Sean. What's he trying to do to you?
More choices.
Well,
Yeah.
to talk a little bit about the AstroWorld the website.
Yes. Yes.
We have been working with Dan, and my wife has and Dan have been working, tirelessly trying to figure out how to get that website to really, smoking nice. And my Shuffin and I spent a good amount of time today just noodling on a couple of different ideas, and so I can tell you that there is going to be a reface, and it's going to look better. I mean, she's probably going to wind up going in and redesigning a lot of it because the code that was originally done is a can of worms. So she's probably going to, yeah,
What?
she's probably
Screw you,
going to
dude.
wind
That
up.
was my work.
Okay, like I said, it was a can of worms.
Dude, we're lucky that website got up there.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But she's from the front of it, it's going to look, she's really going to put a dress it up. One of the big things that we've been talking about is getting the gallery for picture of the week, picture of the month, to be more interactive so that you have more
Ken is
control
the
over it.
best.
And it's one of those things that as we delve in, more and more ideas will come up. One of the things that we talked about, Dan, was doing the
That was to Keith in the chat, by the way.
Yeah,
Keith,
Keith.
is going through and culling a lot of the plugins that you've got and seeing if we can't,
Right.
make those, a little more streamlined. And in the long term, probably saving you a bunch of money in the process. So, but that the website is definitely, coming along conceptually. And
Well, one good thing is, and I believe it's up. I think if you go to AstroWorld Web right now, I'm gonna go there right now. So let me see if I could share my screen real quick. Let me go back to the other computer.
You did mention Image of the Month too being up, right, Eric?
Yes. Image of the month has been up. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Make sure you guys
can
vote.
go and
I don't
vote.
see too many
Don't
votes
forget
up
to
there
vote
for Image of the Month.
All right, so I'm gonna quick play this real quick. So let me slide on over, and And let's see. And I'll refresh this. There we go. And now you can see the site, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right. So if you go into images now, there is a little thing called Starfront Data.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go.
Okay. So once you go to Starfront Data, it will put you into my NAS. You will have a sign in, a specific sign in. And you will have a specific email based on your level.
Yep.
And then once you could do is you will have access to, actually I got oh come on, really? Give me 1 second. Approve.
This was one of the things that they were working on over the last couple of days.
Yeah.
Was getting this to work
So
right.
you won't have this whole thing, but once you go into the file station, you'll see advanced data sets and standard data sets. So so for those of you that have at the level, you'll get the advanced and the standard. For those of you just at the standard level, will get that. And then this is what's all on the standard level right now.
Nice.
All this is in the, this is all the data that I've gotten so far. Now, I'm still waiting on my flat panel. I'm still waiting on calibration frames. I'm still waiting on, but I'll tell you right now, the data, all you got to do, if you want M16, right click and where is it? Download.
Download. Yep.
Then you download it and it goes right to your thing. Boom. There you go. It goes in a zip file and you're done. So that's how easy it's going to be. Look out for your password over the next week or so. Now that we got the server up and running and the security up and running, you could only what's that?
I said yeehaw.
Yeah, you know, we could only you could only download. You can't add to the drive. You can't delete from the drive.
Read
only download. It's read only and download. Yeah. So.
Cool. I'm excited.
So that'll be you'll be getting the passwords probably within the next couple of days.
Are you sending them out via email? I take it.
Yeah, it'll go to whatever email that I have on file for you, because you're a member on Patreon, so I'll have that. And that's pretty much it. So I was excited about that. That's done. Xiaofan put it on the site, and I was able to get the NAS working right. So
yeah, that was a kind of an eye opening, you know, kind of because she was fiddling with it and trying to figure this out. She's like, I can't get this to work. I don't know what's the matter. And all of a sudden, it was one setting, you know, and then it just worked. And she's like, oh, there it is. You know, and yeah, so it's great. You know, we're very excited to see that up and running and working. It's going to get nothing but better from here.
Yeah, so we'll see. So hopefully that works out good. And for those of you that when you get your passwords, if you do have any issues with downloads and stuff like that, let me know. Because if that doesn't work going directly into the NAS, then we're gonna have to figure a different way to kind of upload the files to a central server and do it that way. But it should work.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Let's see. When are we going to get the login? You will get your login.
Welcome
soon.
back, Josh.
Josh, what's up, my friend?
It's been a while.
Missed you, buddy. What's going on? I think I didn't vote for Greg either, by the way. But I refuse to vote for Greg. I just won't vote for him. I don't care if he's like the only one in there. I still won't vote for him.
This week's is so freaking good.
I think that people like that that have over a certain amount of picture of the month winners or picture of the week winners.
Greg needs to come on and do a presentation about his trips that he takes all over the beautiful area,
man, do it.
Where he gets this data and
well, he travels all over the place, man. I see him.
Oh my God, he's everywhere.
I mean, I don't know. Does he even work anymore? Jeez. I mean, come on.